Ladies and gentlemen, let's go over the eight rules of follow-up. Now, look, these rules aren't written anywhere. They're just rules that I've used over the years. But before I go into it, I did buy something cool. And this one wasn't for me, it's for my son. But I liked it so much, I wanted to show it to you. If you've seen the movie Up, this is Doug.
My name is Doug. I have just met you, and I love you.
The dog, you know, he has this little collar, can talk to you. This is super cute. We got it at Disneyland. They sell it on the Disney shop. If you want one, you know where to get one. Anyway, let's get right into this one. So the 8 rules of follow-up, here's the thing. Over the years of going through online leads, database, we have a massive database, 100,000 people plus. We've got Facebook lead ads, Google PPC, Realtor.com, Zillow, old leads there. And just our past clients and Sphere, there are certain rules that we put into place that we teach our agents that they need to continually follow. And here they are. Number 1, and I've got them all written down so I don't lose track. There we go. Number 1, follow-up is a relationship building business and an appointment booking process. I think we all forget that. But the key to this is to always remember when you're making the calls.
Who is this?
You know what this is.
If you have this at the forefront of your mind, you understand I'm trying to build a relationship here. If I pick up the phone and call, text, email, anything, it's always about building this relationship. If you remember that, you're not going to be going for the close every single time. Because look, let's be real here for a moment. A lot of us just spam. A lot of us just call and we want to go to the next, and we don't take time to actually connect with people by seeing how we can truly help them out. I see it in the scripts that you're using. I see it in the dialogue. So number 1, let's remember that this is a relationship building process. I need you to have that in your mind. Number 2, follow-up allows you to disqualify. That's a rule. Why? Because when you get a no, it's okay. You know what you do in your CRM? You're like, they're not interested. I'm gonna let my automation take over. And if they come back into the website and they start searching for more property, great. Then I can re-engage with them. But at that point, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop giving them a call saying, hey, how's everything going? I noticed you were on our website, because you weren't. You weren't on our website and you told us not to call you back, right? Doesn't mean we don't do anything after. We let all of our processes take over so that they're being retargeted and remarketed, and they're still being sent property to bring them back if they're interested, because initially everybody says they're just looking. And if you can't break through that, don't dump them and never reach out to them. Let the systems take over. So when you get a no, make sure to realize internally that that's okay, because now you'll focus on the ones that are important. Right? Number 3, vary your methods of contact. Man, this is a pet peeve of mine, because there are some agents that I've worked with in the past where like, no, we tried to call them. They didn't pick up. Oh, well, you. Did you try to text them? No, I just tried calling them. Did you try to email them? No, I didn't. Did you try social media? No. I'm like, at this point in the world that we're in, where the majority of people are on social, the majority of people don't pick up a phone call, they text. You've got to vary your methods in trying to reach somebody. And you can't be spammy about it. So when you get a lead, an online lead coming through, when you're trying to reach somebody who you haven't talked to for a while, let's get a little bit creative here. Don't just pick up the phone and call them. That's step number one. Let's reach out by text. Let's reach out by email. And if you want to get even further, send a video email, video message through Messenger, go through social media. Are they on Instagram? Are they on LinkedIn? Now, depending on the message that you send, it can feel a little spammy, or it can feel like you're actually giving value. And I always lean towards, hey, give as much value as you can and connect through that. And the value that you can give is obviously they're coming in to look at more property, right? So give them that, give them more of that. Number 4, do they need you or are they just interested? And when we're looking at finding the motivation of these leads coming through when we're following up, or these old leads in our database, if we are always looking for their motivation, we start asking better questions and we listen better. So if they're saying, hey, look, I'm probably not going to look until next year, maybe summer, some people will be like, great, I'll call you then. Other people that are listening,
Are you listening now?
Yes.
are going deeper and finding that motivation and saying, well, what's going to happen next summer that is going to make you want to move? And they'll be like, well, my wife's retiring. Great. Where are you thinking of retiring to? Now you start asking more questions because you start digging into the motivation. So to me, that's really important. Do they need you or are they just kind of using you? And you won't know until you ask deeper questions. Number 5, categorize who you talk to. Don't waste your time, and don't waste the time of those people that are on your team, your ISA team, whoever's on your team, and even your time. Because when you categorize, this is what happens. You finish talking to somebody and they say, hey, we're not looking for another year, another 13, 14 months or so. And now you tag them so you know where they're at in their home search. This way, when you go back to calling them again, you know where you left off. And more importantly, when you're categorizing them like we do, which is A, B, C, D, E, based on, A, they're pre-approved, ready to go, ready to buy right now, or B, not pre-approved but wants to see some property, and we kind of pre-qual them over the phone. And then C, they're looking 3 to 6 months out, D, 6 months plus, E, not really looking right now. If we can categorize them that way, what happens as we go to our CRM daily, we gravitate to A's and B's. This way, if I'm saying, hey, are we working on our A clients today? Because you shouldn't be really working with your D's. Categorizing allows you to place those that are of most importance based on your conversations and the actions they're performing on your database and websites. It pushes them to the front. And that's what you want to do. This is why categorization is so important. Number 6, ask if you should stop reaching out. At some point in the process where you have very little back and forth or almost no back and forth and you're trying to reach them, ask them straight out by email, by text. If you haven't heard anything from them, say, hey, am I spamming you? Is it okay that I'm sending you property because I don't see you opening up your email? And the last thing people want to do is feel like they've offended you in some way. And trust me, we've been testing this type of communication over and over by text and by email, and people do respond back to this one. So I love to do this one by text. I say, hey, I'm not sure if you're getting the emails I'm sending you, but I don't want to spam you anymore. Just let me know and I'll remove you. And the responses we get are, well, you're not spamming me. I had one person say, you're spamming, but that's okay. I like it. I said, okay, I'll keep on doing it. So there's that. Number 7, always follow up with value. And I have in this because what's value to you is different sometimes than what the value that the consumer wants. And I think we have to be thinking of the consumer, the client. Who's your target audience? Who's your target demographic? Who are you trying to reach? What problem are you trying to solve? Now reach out with that. And if you can't think of it, we're in real estate. If it's real estate, then they want property. Whatever your business is, they want more information about that. And that's what you need to give. Give the information that we have. Give the knowledge that we have. Give that back. Because that's what people want. And lead with that in your emails, in your texts, in your phone calls, in all of your communication. Don't lead with, what I hear all the time, which is, how's your home search going? Do you need me to send you more property? Let's be a little bit more specific about what it is that they're looking in. Hey, I noticed this one property that just came out. These are the things I love about it. And this is very unique over here. I noticed that you were looking around this neighborhood and this specific type of property. Let me know if this works for you. The difference is I get very specific, and it feels to the people I'm reaching out like I'm actually doing my homework. And people want to feel like you're looking out for them. That's part of the value. So it's time to step that part up. And number 8, don't ever stop following up. If it's you who's following up, great. I would suggest after you categorize and you decide, well, you know, this person's out another year or 2 years or so, put them up on automation into your systems. Hopefully you have some type of retargeting or remarketing, or at least an email, or very basic, a home search that you have set up so that they're getting something and that they see you consistently. That's the key to this, because 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, they will come back to you. There was a new report out by NAR that showed that people are sitting in their homes a lot longer before they sell. It went from like 5-ish years to 10.5 years now. And that's a recent stat. So knowing that, it means you're gonna have to nurture people a lot longer than you're used to. And you always have to approach this with value. So look, just to recap on those 7. Number 1, following up is a relationship business. Number 2, follow-up allows you to disqualify people. Number 3, vary your methods of contact. Number 4, do they need you or are they just interested? Find their motivation. Number 5, categorize every single person you talk to so that your CRM works better for you. Number 6, ask if you should stop reaching out. Give them that fear of missing out. Number 7, always follow up with value. And number 8, don't ever stop. Hopefully you set up some automation. Thanks again. And I forgot to mention, hey, if you didn't subscribe yet, please do. I do this for free and I need to reach 10,000 people. So 10,000 subscribers. So please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and share it if you found this informative. Comment below and I'll see you on the next one.